Good morning, people. Make sure everything's plugged in well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, beautiful Wednesday morning. It is July 28th, 2021, and the time is now 5:46 a.m. Yeah, I'm a little later than normal today with the morning stream. Yeah, I'm allowing myself to actually leave a little later on because it was getting kind of creepy early in the morning. Um, there's more people out, and yeah, and the police are out at this time too. I see. Fantastic. Yeah, this particular corner here. So again, they're standing behind their vehicle, the side of the vehicle, so they really can't be seen across the street from there. That's really problematic. But at least I know that they're there. Oh, the other guy there, Chris is there. I'll say hello to him. Good morning, Chris. Good morning. How are you doing?
You doing all right?
I'm doing okay. The babies are good too.
You guys doing
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to say hello. I didn't want to just walk by without
No,
saying
thank you very
hello.
much. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Enjoy,
Take care.
enjoy.
Good day. Have a good
Bye
day.
bye. You too. Yeah. Yeah, that's Chris. He came over to see the babies. Yeah, there are a lot of people out here. Yeah. Oh, let me cross quickly. Once I get past this particular block here, it's usually okay. It's just that initial one, man, is really problematic. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. Yeah, yeah, this block, it's really something. Early morning, that corner is really something, but later on, it just looks like any other corner. But it attracts people early morning, the drug drug dealers and drug addicts. Really spooky. Yeah, and and hello, good morning, Dawn. That's right, it's Dawn right now. The thing, they come out, they come out. Sorry. Yeah, it's Dawn now. So yeah, welcome to the Dawn, where night, oh, I should say where morning meets the night. Yeah, spectacular. Yeah, the sun is, it's getting brighter. So you could see, you could like even read a book at this hour. Yeah, very beautiful time of the morning. They're people, man. They come out early. They do. They come out early. Do you ever wonder why some people they could get up early to do something illicit, something that's really not good for their well-being, but to get to their job, their regular 9 to 5, it's a problem. Yeah, real estate for sale. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, a lot of businesses are still going out of business. I don't know where New York is really headed to. a ghost town. September 13, New York City is, actually mandating wearing masks in every city agency. Even though the numbers are low. If you look on a graph. So, yeah, they're setting us up, I believe. They're setting us up to, allow everybody to be open, no masks now, mandatory a lot of times. And not mandatory, volunteer if you want to wear a mask or not in some establishments. And then boom. They're really working overtime. It's something about this. They just want you to get this tested for something that is 99% harmless, over 99%. You have to really ask yourself questions. Why? Why do they want you to get tested? When you get tested and you get show that it's positive, what do they do for you? They could do nothing. The common cold. You only think they could just treat the symptoms,
This is a lighting up here, right?
Oh, yeah, they're up, I think up there. Sorry. Yeah. You have to start asking yourself, why does someone want you to get tested? And if it's not like a fatal thing. And prior, people had colds and flus. And you just go home, you just take care of it, how your area says that, what to do. That's a weird corner to have these, looks like soap bottles, shampoo bottles, lotion bottles stacked up on the sidewalk. I don't know what that's for. Whew. Yeah, you have to ask yourself questions. I think there's something about the test itself. They just want you tested. Why does someone just want you tested? It's like a spider talking to the fly, and they ask, "Oh, just come to my house. Oh, I got some nice coffee and tea, and I just want to be friendly. Oh, I'm looking out for your well-being." And then whammo, you're the dessert. You gotta start asking yourself these questions. Why such a preoccupation to take a test and there's no cure, no treatment for the cucarachas? The cucarachas has been around, and the poke, there's no poke for you initially. You're for the treatment. No treatment, so why even bother being tested? Just a question. It's like, oh, it's going to be a flood, but I can't do anything about it. So why even address the issue? It is what it is. And a big percentage of people, the mass majority of people, it doesn't affect. So anyway, actually what I wanted to talk about, yes, good morning. Yeah, I'm looking straight. Let's see if anyone wrote anything. Yeah, good morning. So all that being said, because I've talked about that before, I want to talk about, yeah, it is still talking about health. But today, I want to talk about diabetes. Diabetes. I'm sure some of us know people who have diabetes, right? It's a growing, that's an epidemic. And it's growing, growing, growing. And the age of the people getting diabetes is getting younger and younger. So why isn't that a crisis? You know, my people die from the diabetes complications a lot. Yeah, diabetes is no joke. And it's sad that it's gotten, you know, at least what they call adult onset diabetes. And now they change it. They have to change that name because a lot of children are getting it. A lot of children are getting the the condition. Yeah, just looking ahead. He has a stick, two long sticks, and he's looking for valuables amongst the grading, the subway grading. Yeah, people are desperate for money. People are desperate for money. And some people do anything for money. Just crossing the street here. Okay, it's 68 degrees. Just a moment, Lila. Boy. Let's go to the next block. You know, let me just take them out here. Okay, okay. You hear her barking? Oh, they all want to get out. Okay, get out. Okay, okay. Sit down. Come on, little cream cupcake. Come here, cupcake. Yeah. Yeah, when she barks. Yeah, she got mommy trained. Yeah. I don't want her to go potty in the stroller. Yeah. So I'm distracted. I always have to have my eyes on them. They could, you know, go and take something off the floor. Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying with diabetes, that disease doesn't play. It's a slow death. It's an expensive disease to have because of the treatment, because you have to get treated for years and years and years. You know, insulin treatment, they put you on drugs to manage the blood glucose levels. Yeah, it's a disease that doesn't play. And it's not an easy disease to manage. Away from the good girl. Let me just pick up after my dog. Hold on. Okay. Get the little doggy bag. Good girl. That was a good girl, Lala. Excuse me. Little bag. Just take a moment, people. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. You guys are very patient with me. I like to give it my all with you. You know, I try to be as thorough as possible. That was good, Lilac. Good, Lily. Good, Lavender. Very good. Okay, I'm going to put you back in the stroller. Okay. We had a little pit stop. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Sorry about that. Come on. Put you in there. Ah, this is Lavender. Yeah, sometimes you gotta take a break. They need doggy breaks. Come on. I try to get them up early enough to do a little something, you know, at home. Yeah, little prune face. My little cupcake. Okay, just make sure they're all comfy. All right. All right. Yeah, just make sure that they're situated. Well, let me put on my tether to attach the stroller to my body. Yeah. Okay. Oops. Okay. Okay. Some of you feel the rope is too taut. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Okay, she was over the leash. Sorry, Lilac. Sorry about that. Yeah. When sometimes the rope is too short. I mean, the leash is too short. It's because they were sitting on it, so he can't move freely. Okay. So now I'm done. Okay, diabetes is a chronic disease. It involves so many aspects of the human body, and it's a disease that develops over a period of time. Many years ago, like let's say when I was just, like 1970s, 80s, people got what they call adult onset diabetes. It usually really manifests at the age of 40. But now, you get it earlier and earlier. At least it's able to be diagnosed sooner and sooner. And the body goes through changes. The diet, food is a chemical. Food is a drug. And when you take certain foods, like the 1970s, that's when they started to establish margarine. Margarine is a very dangerous food. Margarine it's artificial butter. is a butter substitute. Because they wanted you to believe that you got overweight because of butter. So you're eating a lot of calories, and you're eating more. You know, you have a desk job, right? Because a lot of people now they don't work on a farm. They live in a big city, so you have a desk job or something like that. It's stressful. Your cortisol level rises. Then you want to eat, and they have processed foods. They have food made from white flour, which is just glue when it gets into your GI tract. It's raw energy. It's easily to process, and what's not used is converted into fat and stored. But when you're taking a large amount of starches, you're eating a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of calories. It's toxic, and plus the chemicals they put in the food, and it harms your body. And your body is trying to protect itself and storing those excess calories and the chemicals in your body, and it's stored as fat in your abdomen. I mean, all over. But it's in particular the fat tissue that's around your organs. You know, the liver, kidneys, adrenals, all in there. It's toxic. The chemicals are stored in the fat. And if your important organs are there too, it's going to harm them. And that's what's happening. But it takes about a number of years to really manifest. At first, you're producing a lot of adipose, fat tissue, and then how it metabolizes and the insulin peaks. You start to eat, and your body to compensate for all that sugar, or I should say blood glucose. Starches, proteins, and fats are eventually converted into glucose/sugar in the blood system. It's used as fuel. But whatever was not used was converted into fat. And it's an expert at converting it into fat. But so to handle the load, your pancreas produces insulin. And so initially, you're producing so much of insulin. And then after a while, because it's always in your blood system, your cells become insensitive to it. It doesn't operate. Like the insulin allows the cells to absorb the glucose/sugar into the cell to be utilized as fuel, energy. And you become what's called insulin resistant, meaning your body has to produce more and more insulin to get the job done because it's handling so much sugar/glucose. And this process of insulin production and your cells to become desensitized, so to speak. Good morning. How you doing? Of course, this busy street here. Just looking. Sorry. Yeah, this part is kind of distracting here. Yeah, so think of it like callus. Like let's say you like to play handball. and you keep smacking that ball. After a while, initially your hands are red and everything, and then after a while you don't feel any pain because your hands got callous. Think of your cells now become callous because the insulin is always exposed to insulin. Your cells no longer want to cooperate. Your cells become fed up. It's like a guest, a neighbor that's always coming to your house. Knock, knock. Initially it's okay. They didn't mind them coming over. Then after a while, it's like, man, they're coming again and bringing their friends, you know? But the mechanism of, like, because morning, initially everything was cool. But the point where it just no longer wanted to cooperate, the guests. It's like, I don't want you to come in my house anymore. I'm tired. You keep bringing more and more friends. But what initially happened for them to want to bring all these friends over? Something happened within that cell, that person's house, so to speak, that no longer tolerated. Maybe they didn't have enough food at home. Well, I thought the insulin was really bringing the food over. Maybe the food became toxic. Maybe when the friend came over the house, again, this is just an analogy. Maybe the friend started to bring food that wasn't tasty anymore. The food gave him an upset stomach. Yeah, what was happening in that food in the 1970s? It was becoming very toxic. Hydrolyzed animal fat was a big danger. Yeah, big one. Hydrolyzed fats. The body can't process it well. It's very toxic for the body. And they lied to the public. So, oh, you're gaining weight because you're eating saturated fat. Well, we're going to make this for you. Did you know when they create these products, these large corporations that make these the dairy industry, you have scientists, food scientists, and they know exactly how that thing's going to affect the body. You don't think that they know what's happened with the Kukarachi shot? They know exactly what the Kukarachi shot's supposed to do. Well, it's toxic. And the cell said, I had enough of this toxin. Okay, it's after 6 o'clock. It is now 6:13 in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, I like to know what time I get to certain parts of town so I know how long it takes. Ah, the bicyclist. So that neat? Oh. Oh, Lilac. My dog barking again. Yeah, yeah, it just dawned on me. Yeah, it's amazing when you try to, like your cells, think of each cell in the body as an individual. Each cell is an individual and it has its requirements. It has its likes and dislikes. And then it's the whole body. The whole body has to communicate, has to be in unison. That's why I say, love your body, love yourself, and listen to your body. Pain in the body is letting you know that it's at dis-ease, people. When you have pain, you better say, okay, whoa, wait a minute. My body's speaking to me. Your body speaks to you. Because just as I go along, okay, let me take her out. You hear her barking again? It's the Shih Tzu. She's more vocal now. Okay, let me just get Lilac out. She may have to go down. Get down, baby. Lilac. Okay. To get her out. Stay, Lavin. Stay. Get back in. No. Get back in. You gotta go potty? You're just looking at me. You're just barking. So she's being fickle now. Just look at her. Hey, you were just barking. I thought you needed to get out. See, your brother and sister wanted to get out. I'm going to put you back in. Okay? Come on. Lavin, move. Move, Lavin. See, come on, get down. Get down. I have to put your sister back in. Get down. Sorry, guys. Oh, wow. You're all... they're all... Oops. Sorry, Lavin. For the all. I'm sorry. Let me... Shit. He's all tangled up. I'm sorry, Lavin. Okay, look at this. Sorry about that. And you got Lily's chain around you. Got wrapped around your body. Oh, look at them. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. You know, you gotta monitor your little babies. Okay, they're back in there. So let me turn the camera back. Okay. See, we're trying to analyze what's going on. See, sometimes as I'm talking to you guys, insight comes about in me. I start to understand certain things. Because I ask myself a question. Scientists, a good scientist knows how to ask questions, the right questions. And I had asked the question, not really realizing what I'm asking. What made the cells initially not want to respond to the insulin to allow the blood glucose to enter the cell to be utilized for fuel, and then the excess to store it as fat / adipose tissue. So it just dawned on me. I said, well, what would make you stop wanting to have a visitor to your house? And I jokingly said to myself as I'm talking to you guys, well, maybe they didn't like the food. I mean, because everything was fine before. They came by your house, and then, how you doing? Morning. They would come by your house, and everything was cool. You let them in, and then they started to bring more and more food, the friend. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with bringing food over? I mean, well, guests, I should say. They brought their friends with them, you know, but they came with food. What would make a host not want to receive company? Well, they get tired. The cell gets tired, needs to regroup, needs to clean up. It needs to clean up. Hello. The house got dirty. They didn't have time to clean up from the last party. So it could be the quantity, you know, that the body, you know, the house didn't have enough time to rest in between parties. It just kept on coming, bringing in more. The house became dirty. It became toxic. Yeah, some of the food became, you know, not good anymore. And he said, I'm going to limit how much you come over. I'm afraid to tell you, stop coming by, but I want to limit. And so this was happening with diabetes. The friend slash the insulin keeps on, doesn't understand the hint. It doesn't understand the hint that they're not welcome. And so it brings in more and more friends, more and more glucose to get the job done. Because now the friend or the the insulin is acting like a strong man and bullying the cell to let them in. So, I think that was that actor. Yeah, I think that was him. Spike Lee. Yeah, the guy he was wearing an orange helmet. Yeah, I think that was him. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, I think that was Spike Lee. Yeah, the actor director. Do the right thing. So, I think that's what's happening in the cell, the human cell. It didn't mind the insulin before. Everybody was happy. It was the right blend, right concentration, right intervals. And then all of a sudden it changed. And then everything changed. The type of food changed. And you could do like a chart. You could look at the food, what type of food was being pushed at a certain time. And you notice the rise in hydrolyzed fats like margarine and other types of foods. When it became mainstream, and also you had commercials. Remember back in the day, they were pushing children's breakfast cereals. Remember that? Yeah, the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s. Yeah, it was a big push for all these new breakfast cereals. And it's nothing more than a starch with highly processed wheat or corn with sugar. And then they add coloring in it. Yeah, trying to get my breath. Yeah, this is a workout for me. Because this is a hill that I'm on, a slight hill, an upcline. Yeah, I didn't go out yesterday. I needed to rest. I had a lot on my mind yesterday. Sometimes you just need to stop, my body felt tired. But either way, so over the years, this new production of foods got a hold because now you have television and now you have color TV. So you could enhance, people are very visual. So they started making these cereal boxes really colorful, and they started to add more and more sugar to the cereals. And then it was the beverages. The orange flavor beverages, you just add water to it. Yeah, so that's when people really started to get fat. If you look at some of the TV shows, yeah, I'll do this as a homework assignment give you a homework assignment. Go on YouTube and type in some of the movies or TV shows from the 1970s or 60s programs and see in the population what the people look like. People were skinny. People were skinny. But by the 1980s, man, people were getting fat. And then in the 90s, it started rising. The juvenile diabetes started to pick up. Yeah. These food scientists know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They know that the human body is under war, it's under attack. Excuse me, it's war on your body. And now it's a war on your mind. And that's why that YouTuber calls themselves InfoWars. Because it's a war using information and using it against you. They could withhold information and then they could put in information to control you. InfoWars. He wasn't kidding. Just look at this whole social media. What are they doing? They're withholding information. You could be a doctor, a medical doctor from America. You could have gone and graduated top of your class in medical school. But they had blocked. Remember, I think it was in July of last year, June or July of last year, there was not a conference, I forget the term what they use, but they gathered on these steps in Washington, D.C. And the doctors spoke about their understanding about the COVID. These doctors actually treat patients of all types of diseases, including the COVID. And they had this one black lady from Africa. You know, she's from Africa, but she's in America practicing medicine. And she is a spiritual woman also. They deleted the video on YouTube. And because I had seen the video initially, and then it was pulled. And then, you know, I was watching this YouTuber who has it on their website. And so I watched it again on the guy's website, you know, InfoWars. And then, I put it on Facebook. And they pulled it from my Facebook channel. Yeah. So, wow. So it's a war on information. They don't want you to know. Sorry. They don't want you to know. So all these leaders in social media, see, they lured you in. Facebook lured you in, make you think that it was a free territory, that you could do anything you want, like the wild, wild west in America. Yeah, it was wild people. There were no rules, regulations. They made you feel real comfortable, and then they had you, because they made it that you became addicted to it. And there's constantly more and more social media channels out there. I don't even know. I don't even have. The only thing I have is YouTube and Facebook, and I don't use Facebook. I mean, I have the account, but I no longer use it. I don't like it from the beginning. Morning. Yeah. So, I like this, the canopy. Oh, it's a whirlwind. Yeah, my little canopy thing. Let me show you it again. I always like showing this. Whoosh. Look at that. Isn't this gorgeous? I love this. This is so beautiful. This is my favorite part of the park. I love it. Yeah, I love going through there. So, yeah, it's a war on you, right? It's a war against your mind, using information, withholding information, imposing its requirements. So now you have this corporate America takeover. Well, what is corporate America? They have a business and you are the customer. you know, customer, you don't have to buy the product. These corporations will fall overnight. You stop using it. But they're powerful because you give it power. The devil has power because you give it power. Stop utilizing them. Stop utilizing them. And they eventually will fall. Yeah, it's a war, right? So it's not war using guns and things like that, ammunition. They're a different type of warfare. It is InfoWars. So why I'm also doing this video, you know, with that as a background, your body becomes resistant to the insulin production, and your body cannot regulate the glucose anymore. And other things start to happen in your body. Good morning. It's more than just one thing that happens to your body. Your body's, how it operates, becomes out of whack. Like when you basically you have a sugar, you know, your body digests this and stores it. And then at nighttime, your body, when you're fasting, you know, because you're asleep, you're not eating, your body regulates itself. It's an initial, it has its peak and then it goes down and regulates, you know. But your body does the opposite. When it's supposed to be in the low position, it's in the high position. So the next part of this video I want to talk about with regard to diabetes is that the public is not getting enough information regarding the management of the blood glucose level. The typical person will say, oh, well, my doctor said don't eat sugar. And that's not the right answer. It's a management of the blood glucose levels. There are many things that convert into glucose, not just the raw sugar, table sugar. They think that they mean table sugar, you know? And no, that's not it. It's not it completely. It's bad information. To say you have to manage your blood glucose levels, yes. And those things that convert into blood glucose, you have to manage. And that is the food, the things that you ingest. When you eat pie, you eat white bread, you eat white rice, you eat an orange. These things have a high glycemic level, meaning that when you eat it, it's converted very quickly into fuel for the body, blood glucose. But your body can't handle it. It's like an acid to it. When you have blood glucose in your body for so long, it irritates the nerve endings in your body over time. It's like an acid, battery acid. It eats it away, and it causes damage to the nerves, and you get neuropathy. Neuropathy is a condition where the nerve endings become destroyed. And then you're numb. Your fingertips get numb, you know, because the ends of the fingertip, the nerves endings, gets compromised, gets numb. You can't feel the same way. Your feet is a biggie. And again, your feet is in shoes or something, and you may not see the damage that's done on your feet. People may not pay attention to what's happening to their feet. So you're susceptible also to infection. And that's what killed a family member of mine, 2 of them. Yeah. So information is very important. You know, the neuropathy that forms on your extremities, and your eyes too, your retina, blood glucose messes up the capillaries, and it damages your eyes. So a lot of diabetics, they could become blind. So I think it's doing you guys a disservice out there to just tell your patient, don't take sugar. Food is a chemical. Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna go in the ramble. Yeah. You have to. Sorry. You have to tell them the essential that what they eat can convert into blood glucose and how it affects the body. So yeah, they didn't add sugar to their coffee, but man, they had that Danish, that bagel instead. And then they have that processed margarine. That's bad for your coronary, your arteries and everything. It reminds me of a story of this lady. She was a Christian woman. She was giving her testimony, and she was a girl from the streets, and her mother, when she was a teenager, when the daughter was a teenager, the mother said, hey, don't sit on any man's lap or any guy's lap. What the mother was attempting to do, this is very important, this message, this part, because it's really an analogy of how doctors tell their patients about don't take sugar. Like this dumb woman, this ignorant mother. Mother told the daughter, teenager, don't sit on any man's lap. Now we as adult women who might be watching right now, we know what she means. You know as an adult what she's getting at. For those of you who don't know, the mother is trying to say to the daughter, the message she's trying to convey is don't have sexual intercourse because you'll get pregnant. You can get pregnant. You can get venereal disease and it can kill you. Okay? Or could cause you harm. And it's contagious. If you have contact venereal disease and you have sex with somebody else, you give it to that person too. That would have been more accurate. And you give age appropriate, but just saying, oh, don't sit on any man's lap is not enough information. So this is what she's saying during her testimony, this Christian woman, giving an account of when she was a little girl, a teen. She's now a grown woman, but she's giving her testimony as an adult. Sorry. I have to go up this hill here. Ooh. Yeah. So it's not enough to just say, don't sit on any man's lap. Don't have sexual intercourse out of marriage. Don't have sexual intercourse because you're a child. And these men are going to use your body. Don't have sexual intercourse because you're young and you can get pregnant. And you're not an adult enough to take care of the child on your own. You can get diseases. He could break your heart. He's a married man. So this lady, she said, well, I didn't sit on his lap, but she did everything else. Of course she got pregnant. Oh, wow. Climbing up this hill. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm going to show the camera facing ahead. It looks nice. Yeah. So, people, isn't that mother like many doctors? They don't really tell you enough information. Well, I didn't take any sugar. Well, you took all this other crap, bread, pasta, rice, white rice. You have to manage your blood glucose levels. Or they do this, some diabetics do this. Oh, well, uh, if I don't eat anything, I won't eat anything. And let's see, because the logic is, well, if I don't eat, if I skip dinner, I won't have any high blood glucose levels. So I'll manage my weight that way. And I'll see if the doctor's right. But the doctor said, don't eat this or that, because it'll make your blood glucose levels go high. You know what happens in a diabetic who does that? Their body would go out of control metabolically. Your body, as a diabetic, type 2 diabetic, will rise like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, see, your body now, because see, there's war on your body, the cells. It's everything doesn't work properly now. It's a game gone awry. Your whole system doesn't work properly anymore. So now it's not just the food. Your whole body now is at war on itself. It doesn't know how to act anymore. It's schizophrenic. it's, it's out of its mind. It's not working as a unit. Yeah. That's what's going on. So I know someone, a diabetic, who told me, hey, I didn't eat anything for dinner. And their body went away. Blood glucose level was so high. When your blood glucose levels go that high, you can go into some severe medical emergency. Your body will go through medical emergency, man, big time. When it gets real high or super low. Let's say you might have taken too much of your insulin and your blood glucose goes extremely low. And let's say it happens when you're asleep, your blood glucose levels go low. You can go in a coma. Hi, sorry. Good morning. You can go into a diabetic coma. So many things could happen, people. So many things could happen to you as a result of now your body not working well. The machine is broken. Yeah. Yeah, the machine is broken, so to speak. Your machine is broken. Look, I'll get you out. Yeah, I'll get you out over here so we can sit down. Yeah, stop that. Oops, sorry, I poked you. Did I poke you in the eye? Okay. Jump. Oops. It's a little harnessed here. Jump. Okay, the little peanut. Come on, little peanut. Yeah, to cover that. Okay. Oh, let me take this. Okay, let me just have to get situated here. Okay, you want to get up? Sorry. Yeah, good morning. Vera Jones, good morning, good morning. Yeah, this park is located in Central Park. Central Park is in Manhattan, in New York City. And it's a big section. Central Park is very, very big. I don't know how many acres, but it's humongous. And this section is called the Ramble. It's like a natural reserve for wildlife, you know? And I like coming here and just relaxing and everything. Yeah, so I'll continue on. So, what happens with these diabetics? They think they can outsmart their doctor. They think the doctor is lying to them about certain things. I mean, the doctor is not, is just giving half truths. But they don't believe the doctors because they said, well, I won't eat anything. And let's say, oh, you're welcome, Vera. So the doctor, you know, the doctor said what you eat causes your food to spike. I mean, your blood sugar levels to spike. So they said, okay, I won't eat anything, so nothing should spike up in the blood glucose levels. But the opposite happens. Your body becomes stressed, and then it produces more glucose. See, the body, yes, it gets glucose from the food, but when your glucose levels is low, your body also knows how to make glucose by converting fat in your body and other components in your body and converting it into glucose to feed your body. What happens when you go to sleep? Your body starts to do what they call gluconeogenesis. It's making new glucose from your stores, your body stores, to make fuel. But that component in diabetics is erratic. It doesn't do it well. So you skip a meal and you're diabetic, you're going to have some big problems. Okay? You need to eat little meals throughout the day to manage your blood glucose and not to eat foods that has a high glycemic level, like that processed bread, like white bread, white rice, table sugar, bagels, those raw starches. Avoid them. You have to be real careful. And oh, there was another thing that someone said. Okay, yeah, someone had spoke to me the other day, and they have diabetes, and they told me that their blood glucose level was so high, and that they had taken this product to make that's supposed to lower the blood glucose or keep it in a balance. And they told me what they did. Okay, they thought taking this product, this herbal or something. Wait, I just want to give my dog some water. Hold on. I can still talk though. I'll just put up the camera there. Okay, so they thought by taking a supplement, a nutraceutical, an herbal, will correct their blood glucose. That they can eat anything and they just take this herbal or this substance and it'll fix the problem. So they can eat what they know they shouldn't eat. Okay, I'm just giving my dog water right now. I'll just leave it down there. Okay, sorry. Just see. Yeah, so the person told me they don't know what's going on and blah, blah, blah. They're getting chest pains now. their blood glucose is awry, was real high. And then they told me what they ate before bed. They had pie and like a real rich dessert, and I think ice cream. My goodness. Yeah, that would give your blood sugar real high. And I told them, I said, look, no herbal could fix anything just like that. These herbals that's supposed to like manage your blood glucose level, they're assuming that you're doing everything else right. They're assuming that you're not eating, good morning. They're assuming that you're not um, having desserts and all these things. They assume that you're eating a balanced diet and just to, you know, just keep your blood glucose in check. Certain like cinnamon supposed to regulate, help balance your blood glucose levels. You know, but don't take like those remedies, those cinnamon, and then you take a dessert. Come on. Your insulin is in charge of regulating the bulk of the blood glucose levels. That's what your insulin is for. And you're taking it at nighttime, at bedtime, your food, your dessert, and then you go to sleep and you wonder why your blood glucose is high. So he feels tricked. He says, well, they said that, these things are supposed to help. I say, I mean, there's just a tool for you to use, but it's assuming you're doing everything else right, that you're having a balanced diet. As a diabetic, you don't take those desserts, and especially right at bedtime. Yeah, see, they're not telling them enough. They're not giving them enough information. They make these new products, the nutraceuticals, it's the nutraceuticals I'm talking about now, are convincing people, you just take this product, you can eat any junk food out there. No, you cannot. Yeah. Another person, the person mentioned also the other day, that they know of another person who has diabetes, and they lost the weight, they lost the tummy fat, but they still can't manage their blood glucose. Well, see, the body now, it's like a fire. You had a fire in your body, fire in your home, and so initially you have to gut out everything, right? And then you rebuild. They have to rebuild those pancreas cells to respond correctly with when it's dealing with blood glucose. Your body's hurt; it has to heal. I hear that there is some place that's supposed to like help your body heal from diabetes. I had in the past given that person information. But see, it's not people have to be ready to hear certain news. People have to be ready. And now that a family member died almost exactly a month ago, the person was, that family member was only 63. Only 63. And they just withered away due to complications from diabetes. They had gotten a foot infection, and I think other things might have happened. They might have had a heat stroke or something. They were found on the ground outside their home. A neighbor called the ambulance. He did come to, because he was unconscious, he did come to, but what happened after that is a whole new story. I won't get into that. But they died later on that week in the hospital. Yeah, they became septic. The infection got in the blood system and started shutting down their organs, their kidneys. And then they couldn't breathe. And then they had to incubate them, and then everything shut down, and they died. that quick. That person couldn't manage, or another thing, the person was like bragging about how, in the past, how great their blood glucose levels. Some people are deceiving themselves, people. Some people like to deceive themselves how great their blood glucose levels is. And something's not right. You can't, it's like, oh, what is it like? It's like people who take uppers. They take uppers during the day to stay awake, and then at night they take the downers so they can sleep. And they think, hey, I got everything covered. I can stay awake in the daytime, and when I need to go to sleep, I take the downer. But it causes havoc on your body, and it'll kill you eventually, right? So some of these people, they might take their insulin, all this stuff, and they play with the numbers, but they're still harming their bodies. They say, well, I can do what I want to because I'm taking the insulin, but you're eating the poison. And then you get the neuropathy, then you're prone to infections. You have to become smarter than the doctor as it pertains to your body. How could someone else know more about your body than your own body? So I strongly tell you, people who are watching, who've got this far in this live stream, you better start reading books about diabetes, about your condition, whatever health condition you have. Start researching it. What the disease is, what happens metabolically in your system, and how to successfully heal your body from it. The doctors want you addicted to their pharmaceuticals. Their pharmaceuticals can harm the human body, and then they give you something else to counteract that pharmaceutical, what they just gave you. And this is called medicine in America. You have to be smarter than these doctors. These pharmaceuticals did not cause you to have diabetes, but lifestyle, what you eat, and plus stress. But it seems like the common denominator with adult onset diabetes, which is now becoming, a lot of juvenile diabetes, their weight. They have weight. They have a lot of body fat, tummy fat, and they're not active. They don't exercise, and they eat a lot of processed foods. That is really poison. You have to become a doctor for your own body. They want to give you a drug, like I did that video a couple of weeks ago about that doctor at the VA hospital who wanted to give me a medication. And when I got I told her no thank you. She wanted to give me medication for my neck pain and anxiety. And I said no thank you. Well, she sent it anyway. When it arrived in my house, in my apartment, I read the insert, and it causes all this malfunction in the body. These bad after effects, and it did mess up. It does influence. It does harm to the liver. And she said, it's safe to use and it doesn't hurt the liver. Oh, hell yeah, it does. I read it. I don't think she read it. Yeah, she gave bad information. Yeah, thank you, Vera. Yeah, the doctors, this was a foreign doctor. This was a doctor from another country. And I feel a lot of these, they recruit a lot of foreign doctors at the VA hospital. And nothing wrong with foreigners. But there seems to be a sentiment with the type of doctors that they're getting from these foreign countries, they have a dislike for Americans, a dislike for the veteran. They look at the veteran like you are a disease. They don't care about your education. I have a master's degree in nutrition, but they just see a black person. They just see a black person and they just think you're stupid. Many of us are stupid. Many of us are stupid, but I'm not one of them. And they think they can just treat you anyway. And so they don't care, they don't have any investment in it. They want to get rid of you. And for whatever reason, the VA hospital are hiring all these people from these foreign countries that don't like Americans. They hire them. Very few American doctors. So what? They can just get rid of you and keep the country for themselves. Oh, I don't care about these dirty Americans. I'm just here to send money home to my family, my other country. Or I'll marry this American so I can stay, and then I'll divorce them later on. Or I'll kill, let me stop, I'm going overboard right now. But the mentality of some of these people out there, they don't respect you. They don't respect my body. And they lied to me. And I'm grateful that the universe, see, after they tell their lie to me, within 30 days I get the information about their lie. For example, they tried to push this cream, this feminine, for feminine health. As you get older, your female anatomy, it does not, it becomes drier. And so they have a cream with estrogen in it to reconcile that. I said, no, thank you. It was a gynecologist, and they were sporting the gynecologist. She's one of these people, people who go to third world countries and give information to these poor little deprived, uneducated minority peasant people. And they push these products in these third world countries and amongst the poor or the naive in America. And I told the gynecologist, she was a young female, but I told her that, well, I have a gynecologist already. Yeah, see, my primary care physician wanted me to talk to this woman. Wanted me to listen to this woman, this gynecologist, because she had valuable information. So to humor my doctor, I said, okay, I'll take a look. I'll go in and talk to her, and listen to her. And so she's trying to promote this vaginal cream, and that has estrogen in it. So I told her, well, I have a gynecologist, and that gynecologist told me avoid anything, any product that has estrogen in it, because it will grow my fibroids, because I had fibroids. And she's the doctor that did surgery on me. She said, avoid anything with estrogen in it. And I've heard over the years that estrogen, outside of the body, that's in products, will affect your body in a bad way. And it can cause and often cause cancer. So I listened to her, and then I told her, well, my doctor, my gynecologist, told me to avoid things with estrogen. She says, well, that's a myth. That's a myth. That's just a myth. There's no proof that estrogen can cause cancer in women. She's a fucking liar. Okay? I'm letting you know, she's a fucking liar. So I get home, and I went to visit a relative, and they had a television set, and we're watching, and it was about that cream. And guess what? You know, with these commercials in America, they give a whole, like they give they try to promote the product, and then at the very end, they show you the side effect, the possible side effects. What was the side effect? Death and cancer. Hello, 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 hello. Okay? And it was another time, another doctor at the VA hospital, um, it was a pain medication called Vioxx. That name might be familiar to you, Vioxx. And they wanted to promote Vioxx on me. So I just felt funny about that name, and I said, I don't know about that. Could you maybe give me something else? Oh, you think I'm trying to kill you? That's what the doctor said. A real smart ass. So I said, no, I just, getting a bad feeling about that name. So I relented and took his prescription. And lo and behold, within a 30-day period, the universe opened up its doors of information. Well, that month was when Vioxx was recalled globally. They pulled it off the market because it was causing heart failure. Yes, you heard me right, Vioxx. You just look it up. Yeah, that was pulled off so quickly. So, you see how they operate? Use your instincts, people. If something doesn't sit right, then even the name, I think sometimes the name, it gives you a clue that this thing don't take. Yeah, just the name itself didn't sit right with me. And within a 30-day period, the information came to me through it was the radio. Back then, that was the radio I was watching. And it gave a recall on Vioxx. Yeah. So the doctors want to intimidate you to take something because they tell you to take it without telling you the possible side effects. They say, oh, well, this other doctor, oh, well, yeah, such and such can cause that, or there was something else. Person was having some problems in their body, and they wanted to give I think it was like a CAT scan or something, and they wanted to put the dye in it to do the imaging. But this dye has, it hurts your kidneys. And this person has diabetes. And they didn't warn them. They told us, look, I got diabetes, blah, blah, blah. They didn't tell them that it's going to harm their kidneys. They said, well, it could possibly. They took it and he couldn't pee. He went back to that doctor. I can't pee, I can't pee. And then eventually he was able to pee. See that? And this is medicine. They call this medicine, people. They call this medicine. I call it being evil. This isn't medicine, what they're practicing here. It's called the doctor, the druggie, the drug dealer. Dr. So-and-so, the drug dealer. And they think because they're wearing a white lab coat, good morning, they think because they wearing a white lab coat that they're decent people. They're devils, many of them. Don't trust them. I don't trust doctors. I don't trust the white lab coat. I used to do volunteer work at a hospital in Harlem. And I worked I did volunteer work at a WIC center. And WIC stands for Women, Infants, and Children, and it's a free program, a food supplement program. And you have to like measure the baby's weight and all these things. And the babies became afraid of anyone wearing a lab coat. I don't blame them. Yeah, we had to wear lab coats, the work that we did there. And the babies learn to associate those lab coats with discomfort. At least they have common sense. They have common sense. But as we get older, we lose our ability to reason. We lose it. Yeah. We need to start asking questions. We need to learn how to say no to your doctor. Or you say, I'll read up on it. Could you give me literature? Could you give me literature? That's quiet. That's quiet. That's quiet. That's quiet. Sit down. That's quiet. See that? Yeah, that's the person with the doggy. Yeah, sorry about that, people. Yeah, you tell your doctor, could you give me literature and let me see what the side effects are. The side effects more harmful than the actual condition where what I'm being treated for, right? Good morning. The treatment shouldn't be worse than the condition, and if it is, then don't take that. In my opinion, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not giving medical, diagnosis or treatment. I'm just my opinion. If something gives me worse side effects than the actual thing that I'm being treated for, common sense tells me don't do it. Yeah, but they want you to take it. Sorry. Yeah, sit down, baby. They want you to take it. They want you to be the good little patient, don't ask questions, or they say the right things about you in the report. Oh, she's one of those troublemakers. Oh, she's anxious, or this and that. Yeah, I'm anxious because you're trying to kill me. Yeah, some doctors have no conscience. You have people who come from all these exotic places, and their education goes to their head, and they think they can just do anything. Yeah, you become the guinea pig. I'm tired of it. I have to find out what's going on with my neck. Yeah, I had a dizzy. Yeah, the condition is called Hauser's disease, and I have a lot of the symptoms that Hauser's disease has. It's a problem with the what do you call it, the vagus nerve in your body, and my neck. I mean, I know how to have this thing on, but I go on the computer all day, and I have really bad posture when I'm sitting down at my computer, and my neck moves forward and the alignment, and it puts pressure, and I get severe pain, and it's during those times when I get symptoms, and it could, you could get I felt faint a few times, and even when I was away, I was just went on a walk with my dogs, and I almost fainted. I can't afford to get sick. And I talked to the doctor. I know, you can't tell your doctor what to do, but I suggest, I told them, I said, look, I went to the ER room a couple of weeks ago. No, it was a week from that's right, so only a week ago from that instant. Yeah, I had to go to ER, and I just so happened to have an appointment with my primary care physician a week later. So I went to my primary care physician about it, and I made an appointment to see the neurologist. And they couldn't do anything for me in the ER room, you know. Um, and so the doctor, so I just suggested, hey, I was reading up because of the thing that happened to me that led me to go to the ER room. I was desperate because, see, I can't afford to faint, and who's going to take care of my dogs? So I did research, I told her, on the internet, and I came across something, and I have a lot of these symptoms. And I was just wondering, hey, do you think, what it could be? So in short with that, I did get more diagnostic testing. And then I made the appointment to follow up on those testings, what the test showed, and I get another doctor, some person in training. Yeah, the VA hospital, they disrespect the vet, and So you don't get to build a rapport with the doctor because they have them on rotation. The VA hospital is being used as a uh, like using the patients as guinea pigs to train students, and I think that's wrong. By the time the vet goes to the doctor, many of us, it's advanced, the ailment. You need equipped doctors, not a student. So yeah, I didn't get to see the doctor that I made the appointment with. They said, oh, we know we're on rotation. See that? You have to become your best doctor, your best friend. Yeah, so I may make another appointment with I have to find a doctor here that knows about Hauser's disease. It's spelled Hauser, Hauser's disease. Uh, the nerve endings with the vagus nerve in the neck. And when your neck is compromised, I have a very long neck, and I have bad posture at times on the computer all day, and it could cause instability in the neck, and it cannot, it's out of alignment, and it could harm, put pressure on the vagus nerve, and cause all sorts of symptoms. Yeah, the vagus nerve. So there is a therapy for it, but I want to find out what it is, and there's another condition in my neck that I have to find out exactly what it is. And that other thing could be really detrimental. Yeah, so that's all what's going on here. But see, I just feel that it's important that we let people know what's going on, that you have to be your best friend. You have to, at times, educate your doctor, okay? Your body is your responsibility, your own responsibility. And read up on your condition. So if you have diabetes, read up about the disease so you can heal yourself with, along with your licensed medical practitioner. Yeah. If something doesn't feel right for you, reevaluate. Okay? So I just want to say thank you for listening. I just had to get this off my chest. Yeah, they're people who I care about, and they're being misled or come to wrong conclusions about how to manage their diabetes, and they're causing harm to themselves. I don't want to cause harm to myself either. I don't, we're human, we make mistakes. So, but be your best friend. And yes, we will make mistakes. And when you learn the mistake, you correct it. Okay? So, again, thank you for listening and getting up with me in this beautiful, beautiful little jungle. Yes, Vera said, yes, we must take care of self-care. You are awesome. Yes, thank you, Vera. Self-care is self-love. Love yourself. Love your neighbor. Okay? So until next time soon, I hope. Okay? Thank you again for listening. This is Spirit Journey signing off. Bye-bye.